Hello babies, your Mimzie is here and I'm so excited to read you this book. It's called Explore the Seashore. Excuse me. It's Bear and Bird Explore the Seashore, and I am at the seashore. Look back over there. You can see the seashore right behind me. There it is. And the wind, we have explored the seashore, and I have seen all kinds of critters, lots of little blue lizards, who knew? But I've been saving this book. This is one of our imagination library books, and it came in the mail, and as soon as it came, I said, I gotta save it. We're just going to the beach in a few weeks, and I'll save and read this book at the beach. So I'm excited. This is one of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library books, and you should go online and type in your zip code and see if you can get some free imagination library books. Who does not love a free book? Alright, so we're going to read. Look at Bear. Doesn't she look precious? And I love to explore the seashore. Oh, sea glass is my favorite, and I love seashells. And did you know I collect sand? I have quite the sand collection from most of the beaches I've ever been to. So let's go read it. Let's go explore this book together, because I did not even look at it before it came in the mail, and I put it in my beach box to save it till I came to the trip. Alright, so we got 2 pages today of beautiful pictures. Alright, on a hot sunny morning, Bear and Bird decide to go to the beach and paddle at the water's edge. That's so fun. I love to do that. Bear's excited. Setting off with Bird, he puts on his big floppy hat and says, "We could build sand castles." Oh my gosh. Now, this book's got more things going. Down the side, it says, "Can you spot?" And I'm not going to take all the time to go through all of these things, but we'll do this first page together, and then you can kind of come back later and look on your own. But here's the hat, and do you see the hat? I see it on Bear, and we got a bucket, and Bear's carrying the bucket. Here's the shovel. Y'all see Bear's carrying the shovel right there. Woo! That wind is something else. There's the sailboat, and then here's the sun. Now, I'm not going to do this on every page, but I'll hold it up so you can look at it later and maybe freeze it, because there's extra stuff. Like here it says, "What is Moose sitting in?" Well, Moose is sitting in a sailboat. So there's extra stuff in here. This book is we could spend probably 2 hours going through this book together, but I'm just going to read it one time, okay? Here we go. Oh, and it's a cutout book. I love cutout. The book I wrote is a cutout book. See there, you see the birdie on that page, and when I turn it over, you see a different bird on this page. So clever. All right, but we're just going to read the book right now, okay? When Bear and Bird arrived, it's high tide. The water has covered the sand. Bear's not happy. "I can't build pebble castles," he says. Bird suggests they explore instead. Mimzie likes to explore. "Let's go beachcombing. We won't disturb any creatures and leave things on the beach when we finish." Some beaches, it's the law. You can't take stuff that you find on the beach. Splashing along the water's edge, Bear and Bird spot their first beach find. Glistening among the pebbles are empty abalone shells. And I don't know if I'm saying that right, but when I was a little girl, I had an abalone bracelet. And on Island of the Blue Dolphins, in that book, the little girl ate abalones. And I don't know if I'm saying it right. I think that's it. So the wet, silvery white surfaces sparkle like jewels. Gulls swoop to see what they have found. The gulls, and we know what the gulls say. "Mine, mine, mine." As they clamber over some large rocks, the mussels and barnacles are sharp on Bear's soft paws. They are. I do not like mussels and barnacles poking into me. But they continue to find more beautiful seashells in different colors, shapes, and sizes. Bear picks up a round sea urchin shell. I have quite a collection of these at my house. Bowls of sea beach treasures. Next, the friends peer into a tide pool. I love a good tide pool. Sea anemone tentacles sway. That's what it was on the Island of the Blue Dolphins. It's anemone. Sea anemone tentacles sway. Shrimp scurry, and small fish darts back and forth. Y'all, tide pools are so much fun. Bear sees something glinting in the water. Being very careful, he leans forward to get a closer look. I need Bear to be careful and not fall in. Bear reaches down to retrieve the glinting blue sea glass, my favorite, and I have not found one piece all week. Bird spies a hermit crab scuttling along the tide pool floor. There's an anemone in one of the cutouts. Wow, that crab's carrying its home on its back, says Bird. We read a whole book about that, A Home for Hermit Crab. You remember that book? Bear laughs. I'm not strong enough to carry the cave. That's our home. That's true. We can't all carry our homes on the back like the crabs can, or even the seashells. As Bear sits to admire his blue glass jewel, and I'm so jealous, he notices Bird's perch is moving slowly toward the sea. Bear is puzzled. He says, Bird, you're standing on a funny-looking rock that's moving down the beach. What do you think that is? I bet it's a turtle. It turns out that Bird is on the back of a loggerhead turtle. Did you know there's a turtle nest right over there? And it's marked off with special stuff so that nobody goes and messes with it. Oh no, but around the turtle's neck hangs a discarded fishing net. Bear and Bird carefully free the turtle from her unwanted burden. Free from the fishing net, the turtle makes her way into the surf. Bear mutters, garbage like this shouldn't be on the beach. He often stuffs the net into his bucket so he can take it away. We did that this morning too. Mimzie found some plastic netting on the beach and we just hauled it off and threw it away because we don't want the wild critters to get stuck in it. In the bay, dolphin play leaping high and slapping the water. Bear and Bird rest by the shore and watch them. As water ripples around Bear's feet, he picks up a cuttlefish bone from the beach. Yummy, chirps Bird excitedly. I love to eat cuttlefish bones. Bear is about to reply when a cormorant appears, hops on a rock, and gulps down a shiny mackerel. Now that's yummy, says Bear, and Bear would know because Bear eats fish. Let me fix our book. This is a nice book. I need to spend some time with this book. Bear and Bird walk along the shore. They stop to look at a very peculiar shell shaped in a rock. Look, Bird, this shell is stuck in the rock. It's a fossil. I have a rock just like this. I do. I think it must be the remains of a creature from a long time ago, said Bear. Let's leave it where we found it. I agree, replies Bear. We don't want to break anything. Yes, I have a little bitty one of them, but it's the whole piece. It's not attached. It's a whole piece all by itself. It's a true fossil. It's not the imprint of it. Among the rocks, Bear finds some pieces of wood. Look, wibbly wobbly sticks, he says. Bird explains the sticks are called driftwood. They have probably drifted in the ocean for many years. Papa brought me back a really fun piece of driftwood I found this morning. And go find what that is to make sure it made it back all the way. Bear is amazed by the driftwood shapes. Ha! And this one looks like me dancing. It does, doesn't it? It does look like a dancing bear. Let me hold it. This wind is making things difficult. Look, chirps Bird excitedly. The tide is going out. Bear and Bird hurry back along the shore. Bear is eager to build sand castles. But as Bear lays out their beach lines on the sand, he has an idea. Let's make a picture instead. We can make a picture from all our treasures. And that's what they did. Look, they laid out all the treasures from the day. The shells, the urchin, the coral, and there's the piece of driftwood that looks like a dancing bear. Oh, and look, here's all the things we talked about, all the finding pictures. That's a neat book, because now this reminds me of the highlights from when I was a kid. I just want to go through and circle all the things or find all the items in the margins and look at and identify and find them. I just used to love the Highlights magazine. That was my favorite part, to go through the book and find all the hidden pictures. I did love Highlights. I wonder if they still make those. Anyway, I love Highlights, but not as much as I love you.